Wasn't that many actually. Testing, testing. JR Ford is in the house. You want ACS, access, ACS. Oh my god, we got absolutely wrecked today. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Can you guys hear me good? Oh man. Access did pretty good. It's giving it all back though. Wow, it like did a 2x in one day. Oh my gosh. We can check access protocol. What's up, Dwayne Kelly? Welcome to the live stream. My friend ended up buying UPS because I told him about it and he looked it up and he liked it. So he ended up buying some UPS. Let's go, UPS holder. What's up, JR Ford says, wasn't sure if it was going to continue to rise. No big deal, holding for 100x anyway. Well, I hope you didn't buy the top. I hope you actually ended up buying it when it was accumulating down here, which means that technically you're still up. Flipcoins is in the house. Let's go. What's up, Flipcoins? CyberCurd, what's up? Elon about to add another 0. I know. I just have this up right now because I'm... Yeah, this is pretty bad. Are we going to go all the way back down? Are we going to add 708? Because there is no more support. Oh, no. The Lamborghini ads are popping up. Yeah, we don't have any more support. I mean, what are we going to use? This? Yeah, what are we going to do? This? I guess technically... Yeah, we have support here at 708, which is what we already said. Unless it goes all the way back down to 703. So we kind of have to figure that out. But we'll see. It's unfortunate. In your opinion, which is better, Moodang or Peanut? I would say Moodang because it's... I would say Moodang, but I'll take a look at both of them for you. I think there's a super chat, so I have to look it up. What's up, Bill? Showtime. Matthew Dropko says, I took the day off, ran earlier. We dead now? Probably. Probably. I'll take a look at all your guys' coins. Moon slot for 20 beans. That is a lot of money. Wow, that's a lot of money. Moonslot says, please show me District 0x DMT going to 40 cents. Please, I have 100K invested. Damn. Let's find some hopium for DNT. It is on Coinbase. It is solid. We have a chart here. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, you got a 618 retracement, 0.5. I'd say, yeah, you're making lower highs and lower lows. Unfortunately, well, you're not making lower lows anymore. You actually broke out of this downtrend in February of 2024, and you could argue that you're actually maintaining an uptrend now. Yeah, so bearish under 3 cents, which unfortunately we keep getting rejected at. Bullish over 5 cents. And then 12 cents, which is retesting the 618, would be in play. Unfortunately, DNT isn't bullish until we break this, until we break over this box. And when we do break over this box, you're looking at 618, which is around 300%, 335% from the current price, which still doesn't put District 0x to 40 cents. Let me look at District 0x's coin distribution. So District 0x, it's, oh yeah, okay, so that's not bad. So it's fully diluted. There are no more token unlocks. It has a total supply and a max supply, circulating supply of 1 billion. So right off the bat, it's very low. So that's not a bad thing, that's good. And there is no more surprises, meaning that there are no token unlocks. The good thing about District 0x is that it is only on Coinbase. So it has a lot of room for growth and a lot of opportunity. However, you are risking it with 100K because if it does get delisted from any of these coins, any of these exchanges, Coinbase being the major exchange, it really doesn't. It really isn't on anywhere else. Which is notable, right? But on the other side of that is that once it does get on on Binance, Kraken, Crypto.com, Gemini, and all these tier one exchanges, OKX and everything like that, then this is going to absolutely send the price flying for District 0x. So, um, and let's see. So 40 cents back up to its all-time high from the current price is going to be around 18x. And an 18x is going to put the market cap a little bit higher than the previous all-time high market cap, which means that they did release more coins, but at this point it doesn't matter because it's fully diluted. So in terms of price action goes, you really need to get over 3 cents. I'd say once you get over 3 cents, and technically you can argue that you're actually maintaining this uptrend. Once you get over 3 cents, 5 cents is in play, and then 12 cents for a 618 retracement. Keep in mind that you might get stuck at 24 cents, making a lower high before the bear market starts. So the two areas that I would say basically, if I were you, I would definitely take profits at these areas. It would be 12 cents and 24 cents. And then if you actually want to hold everything to 40 cents and pass, then God bless, and I hope you make it. It is relatively a small market cap, so it could go much higher than that. Moonboy target, if we do get a breakout over the top, is going to be around $4. So I think you'd be a millionaire. So, but again, we don't know where it's going to stop, which is why it's so important for you to note that 12 cents and 24 cents are key areas of resistance. And you have to decide at that point, are you gonna basically be happy with what you have, or are you gonna risk it for the biscuit? Thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate that. And not financial advice, obviously, just my opinion. And thank you. CyberCurd says Moodang or peanuts. I like Moodang. I think it came all the way back down too. And it's on Robinhood, so. Yeah, Moodang is, yeah, I think Moodang $6 is still in play. Oops. Moonslot says, I'll take a look at all your guys' coins. I have to first take care of the super chat, and then we will take care of all the other coins. We have a lot of time, guys. We have a lot of time. Can you look on the crypto all-time, not Coinbase charts? The weekly and monthly are showing structure at that point at 40 to 81 cents. I'm not looking on Coinbase. I am looking on crypto. Also, if you want me to change it to weekly and monthly, yeah, I don't think the targets change, right? Yeah, the targets don't change. And these are the all-time high. The all-time high I see for DNT is like 50 cents. And does it coincide with this? Yeah. So the all-time high is 50 cents for DNT. And then let's take a look at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly also doesn't. I mean, this doesn't look bad. Like, this doesn't look bad. Technically, I mean, you came down and you probably retested the 618, which you did. So you double bottomed at the 618, and technically, and we say this every single time, right? If you break the 236382, I always say the 786-618 is the next area of support before we get some sort of reversal. And this is respecting the 618 as support at 1 cent 60. So right now we're just in the waiting room. Keep in mind, we also had a really big move down for Bitcoin, and this is still maintaining the structure. I mean, technically you're still validating this uptrend that's forming, right? So there is a little bit of hopium for you. You're just waiting to get this breakout between 3 cents and 5 cents. Don't be discouraged if it comes up to 5 cents, because if it does and gets rejected, you're still validating this downtrend forming, right? You could see that this you can see that this downtrend, it coincides perfectly with the 382. So if it does get stuck there, just know it's going to take a little bit longer. Maybe you get stuck, you come back, you break out, and then you use the downtrend as support, which we've seen this plenty of times before we get that move up to 12 to 24 cents. But I wouldn't worry because this is such a small market cap anyway, that once this thing starts running, it's going to, look at these giant candles. This all took like, it took 2 weeks for it to do like a 10x. And it took, overall, it took 3 months. So November, December, January, February for it to do an all-time high. So yeah, you're going to have like, you're going to have a small window of opportunity to get out. I wouldn't be greedy at that point. But that's where these areas of support come in. Damn, Moonsaw for another 20. Let's go. Thank you so much for the 20 bean. Thank you so much for the 40. Wow. That is a lot of money, man. That is a lot of money. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hi, last live you charted Neon and a few days later it went 3x. Please run it, run a chart. Please run a chart on Aventus and another on Neon. Okay. Let me bring those up because we have to look at the super chats. Neon and what was the other one? AVT. Aventus. Aventus is another one that's like District 0x, DNT, and it's because it's only on Coinbase. So it has a lot of upside potential, but also it's pretty risky because the second that it gets delisted on Coinbase, where are you going to buy it? Where are you going to sell it? It will probably increase selling pressure, temporarily collapsing the price. But on the upside, once it does start getting listed on tier 1 exchanges, then you're probably going to start seeing big moves up because just like DNT, it is a very small market cap. It's not fully diluted, but it's very small. Flip points for 10 beans. I can't look, just chilling. Thanks for the live. You can't look. When you get a chance, type what you want, like what videos you want, and I'll clip it and then I'll upload it after the live stream. So just let me know what coins you want me to look at for you, and I'll take a look at it for you. And thank you so much for the 10 beans. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Dude, it is so hot here. It is so hot here. Dwayne Kelly is in the house. Turbo. Sorry guys, let me know if I missed any coins. We'll start looking at these obviously. I do have some hopium for the Bitcoin chart, but we could take a look at that in a bit once we start. Let's see. So let's look at Access Protocol, ACS, USD. Yeah, damn, I had a nice move. Taking a look at Access Protocol, ACS on the live stream. So, I mean, so far so good. It did technically come up to 236, which we said is resistance. We said that you do have resistance at the 236.382 at 2021 to 2034. So it did come up. It did get rejected at the. It did get rejected here, unfortunately. So this is the price that you need to beat before we turn any sort of bullish and before we say access to the moon. On the downside, there is no support because you're macro bearish. I guess technically on the shorter time frame, I'd say 2012. Otherwise, you're going to break down and make a lower low. It does need to hold this previous floor. Otherwise, things aren't looking good for Access Protocol, unfortunately. It isn't fully diluted yet, so just keep that in mind too. It is a 64 million market cap, so it is still relatively small. A lot of upside potential, but just be careful with it. It does need to break this area of resistance. We could still come back up, get stuck again, trap, and then that could be a trap, and then we could still come back down. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you. Dwayne Kelly for 5. Let's go. Thank you so much for the 5 beans. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you want me to look at for you. I really appreciate it. Right now we have to look at Zebic, Arrow, and Snack. We can make a video on them. Taking a look at Zebic Network on the live stream. So far so good with Zebic. I know we had a sell-off, but remember, as long as we're over 2041, we're solid. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, with especially Bitcoin being at 109,000 and getting some sort of correction, which is healthy when we're up so much. It's healthy to get these corrections. However, maintaining extremely important price levels. So for Zebic in this case would be 2041, because once we turn bullish again, so once we endure this sell-off and once we go bullish again, the targets on the upside all are valid, which in this case is 2056, and then Zebic all-time highs up to 1.5 cents. At any point, if we do fall below and break below 2041, I would have to redraw the next areas to support at that time. But as of right now, we'll keep it simple and say over 2041, 2056 is the target on the upside. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Arrow. Taking a look at Aerodrome Finance on the live stream. So far so good. Technically, our targets on the upside are still valid at $1.51 to $2.38, which is the previous high. Arrow's doing pretty good, though. We're not even close to support. We do have support at 81 cents to $1.04. I'd say as long with any sort of correction, and if selling continues, as long as we stay over this area of support, targets on the upside are all still valid. And that's pretty much it for Arrow. Not financial advice, just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you. And then let's take a look at Snack, and then we got a couple more super chats. I'll definitely take a look at those, and then I'll definitely look at Turbo too. We have Turbo up for AA, so I think that's Flipcoin's coin too. So I'll definitely take a look at it, but just give me a second. Taking a look at Snack on the live stream. So we did have some sort of correction. Obviously, the entire market had some sort of correction. We are resetting the stock RSI. The RSI is curling more towards neutral now. Nothing exciting on the RSI, but the stock RSI is resetting, which is good. It does need to stay over 203. Technically, you're still in this upward channel. So you could either use the channel as support, or as of right now, 203 is support in case selling does continue. As long as it stays over both of these levels, though, 2095 is still in play once the market does turn bullish again. And then from there, 1 cent 70 and 2 cents 90 are in play. At any point, though, if we do break this structure, then I'd say we are in for a deeper correction and consolidation at that point, which we'll take a look at the targets at that point. However, as of right now, we don't have to worry about that because the channel is still being held. You're still making higher highs and higher lows on the chart. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. And thank you so much for the 10 beans. I really appreciate that, Flipcoins. Have you done dogging me yet? No, I haven't. I have to do the super chats first. Free Lightning for 5, and then did Dwayne Kelly? Oh, Dwayne Kelly said Fitfee and Beam. So give me a second, and then we got Free Lightning, and then we can start taking a look at everyone's coins. So Fitfee, is it still at the bottom? Yeah, it's still at the bottom. So nothing's changed. Nothing's new with Fitfee Step App, unfortunately. You do need to stay over this previous low. Otherwise, you are going to break down. And I mean, I guess the next area of support for Beam is going to be lower low to 309. That's the next area of support for Beam. I don't know if it's going to go that low. I don't know how low it's going to go. But technically, we do have support there. And as long as it stays over this area, so if you consolidate and accumulate over 2013, then 206 to 1.5 cents are still targets on the upside, which Dwayne Kelly, at that point, I'd say, if I were you, I would be so over it. I would probably take my money back and let the profits run if I saw my account go up 300 to 900%, because those are the targets, 300 to 900% for Fitfee. And then I think it's the same way with Beam. So I think honestly, when Beam runs, FitFi is gonna run. This seems like it's this literally they seem like the same coin, right? They're just very close to their lows. Beam is performing a little bit better though. Bearish under the 236 at 207. What you really want to see is a buyback because right now the candle hasn't closed yet. What you really want to see with Beam is price action over 207, and then 1 cent is in play followed by 1 cent 80, which at that point you have to decide, hey, do I want to take my money and run? That is only 171%, so I don't know if you want to necessarily do that, but those are the targets on the upside for Beam. And on the downside, it just needs it doesn't have any more support. So what we really need to see is this candle close over 207. If it doesn't, you're macro bearish, unfortunately. With that being said, that's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Free Lightning says, sub meow. Can we take a look at Swiftcoin? Also, did I miss anything regarding crypto emergency? No, I actually asked ChatGPT. I said, well, yeah, I mean, first of all, we're going down, right? We're at like we're at 109,000, right? We're at 109,000, right? It is an emergency. This is an emergency, guys. We're at we're going to zero right now. Look at this. Look at this. It's crypto emergency, but also I asked ChatGPT, I said, hey, can you give me a title that's good for YouTube? So that's what it came up with. It came up with crypto emergency, what's happening with Bitcoin and altcoins right now. So I figured it's pretty simple. It's always an emergency. We're always trying to make money. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much for the mod. Thank you for the membership, and thank you for the 5 beans. Let's take a look at Swiftcoin for you. And yes, it is absolutely a crypto emergency when we dropped from 115,000 to, yeah, so Swiftcoin is holding on actually. So this is a good sign because again, when we turn bullish again, you're going to attempt to break out of this area of resistance. What we don't want to see with Swiftcoin is price action under 209. Technically, you're still on this uptrend and you could still use this uptrend as support, which I'm assuming it coincides with an area of support. So yeah, the 618, which would be 207. We don't need to worry about that right now though, because it's still over its area of support at 209. So it's doing pretty good. It's still hanging on to 1 cent, and it's still in this channel. And once we turn bullish again and break it, this time hopefully break this area of resistance, 2 cents and my target of 8 cents is still valid for Swiftcoin. But at any point, if it does fall below 209, then come back in here or, comment on one of my videos and I'll make another video showing that the next area of support, which is still validating this uptrend, very important, is going to be, so you see how it coincides perfectly with the 618 at 2076. But I don't want to write that yet because I don't want to say that yet because we don't need to because we're over this area of support. But that's pretty much it for Swiftcoin. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And thank you so much. For profits, let's go. What's up for profits? Welcome to the live stream. AA, I am going to do turbo. Flip coins for another $10, man. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's 20 bucks, man. Woo. That is a lot of money. Thank you so much. Jason Sinkar says, Toshi, Moto, and Kibachi. Thank you so much for the 2 beans and the membership. Let me take a look at turbo. And then I'll take a look at Toshi, and then your 3 coins. Flipcoin says, that was a lot of work, thanks. Wondering if SNEC could just blast through 2 cents. It could. Well, 1 cent 70. You'll know, because if you get a breakthrough 1 cent 70, then 3 cents is the next target. So at that point, you really have to decide, hey, is 2 cents or 2.5 cents worth it, or am I actually going to hold it to hit that area of resistance? You just have to decide that. Dude, I'm so over the manipulation. Even more people that accept it. Yeah, I know. Crypto sucks, man. You're telling me. Let's take a look at Turbo. Taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. So, as of right now, we did technically tag support. We tagged support perfectly for Turbo at 2037, okay? So this is kind of a crucial area for Turbo. It absolutely needs to stay over 2037. 2058 is still the 618 retracement, so 3rd time's the charm. What we really want to see is consolidation over 2037, and then once we turn bullish again, 2057 needs to break. But that's pretty much it for Turbo. Obviously, if this area doesn't hold, I do think we are going to get a bigger capitulation down to either to between 2019 to 25. However, right now it is respecting the 382 as support. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Alrighty, and then let's take a look at, you said Toshi. Let's see. That's funny. My friend texted me. Toshi USDT. Yeah, for Toshi, nothing has actually changed from our targets as of right now. So far, so good for Toshi. Obviously, you have a lot of area to. There's a big area. I mean, we were hanging around. We were attempting to break out of this next area of resistance. So you were all the way at the top of this channel. You can see we did get stuck and got rejected at resistance. So as long as it stays over 3 zeros 48, then 3 zeros 85 is still the target. I don't know how low it's going to necessarily go. It doesn't have to come back and tag it. But technically, as long as it's over this level, then 3 zeros 85 is still the target on the upside. And then let's take a look at Modo. I don't know if that's a meme coin or not, but can you specify a little bit more on Modo? And let me know if, I mean, is this the right coin? Obviously, if you're buying this coin, you're completely gambling. And then you said Kabachi. Yeah, this is just a straight up gamble. Can you just confirm these two coins, Jason? And then we could take a look at them really quick. So I did Turbo for you. I just did Turbo. I literally just did Turbo. Let's see. What's up, Knights of Insomnia? Welcome to the live stream. Silver Days is in the house. Yo, Elon, WTF? I know, man. That's brutal. We're about to break the low. Very, very, very disheartening, man. It's okay. There's a stat that shows market drops for 2 weeks after the Jackson Hole speech every time. Why is it always bearish? Cranks is in the house. Yeah, can you look at the bigger snapshot for Jack? Yes, I can. Uniswap for the last two. Yeah, so it's this. So Moto, obviously, this is a complete gamble. I can barely do TA on this. I don't know how you want me to do it, but I can try. So I guess I would say bullish over, very bullish over 3 zeros 27, bullish over 4 zeros 5. Technically, the target on the upside is 32 cents, which as of today is going to be around a 300x, which again is going to put the market cap still like at what 100x is 80 million, so 3 times that. It's still going to put the market cap at 240 million, making it a very small market cap coin. Lock liquidity to market cap ratio is pretty good. It's around 10%. It's a little bit more than 10%, so that's not bad. And then Kabachi, this is just a straight up gamble. There's really nothing we could take a look at this for. However, I will still look because you super chatted. So we have resistance here at 4 zeros 29 to 4 zeros 34. And then 4 zeros 42 is in play. Keep in mind, these are really big moves. I mean, just to the, I guess it's not that much actually. It is, oh yeah, it's 22,000 market cap. Wow, good luck with this coin. The liquidity is good though. It's 12,000. So if you get to 500,000 market cap, the liquidity is gonna be 250,000. So it does have good lock liquidity to market cap ratio. It is around a 90% back up to 618. And then if this thing goes bull run moon boy, it's 240% to the 1618, which is 4075. That's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Thank you so much for the 2 beans. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the membership. And what else did I miss, guys? I know I missed. I did access protocol. What did I miss? I missed. Oh yeah, so we got Cranks that wants to look at Jack in the Box. So Jack in the Box again. If I were buying a stock of, if I was buying Jack in the Box, it would be literally at this line. So you see how we save this. This chart is saved on the weekly. Here, let me change it to the monthly. Actually, yeah. This the reason why we put a line through here is because this indicated that the RSI was extremely oversold, which typically means that the stock is extremely exhausted and the sellers are extremely exhausted. So there is only so much more selling that can happen. So if you're buying Jack in the Box, given the news, like the restructuring and the fact that they're closing down stores and everything like that, regardless of that, I mean, obviously we know Jack in the Box isn't going anywhere. So if you're getting into a short-term trade, like if I was trading Jack in the Box, which if I had a lot of money, I would get into this trade. I would probably keep Jack in the Box until $27 and $36, which as of this low would be around a 50 to 118% pump. But that's pretty much it for Jack in the Box. Obviously, if this thing goes all the way back up and the restructuring works out and they're profitable, they release dividends again, then this thing could go all the way back up to its all-time high into the moon. But I would play a conservative by saying that $27 to $36 is going to be area of resistance where I'm going to take profits or at least take my money out. So like if I were you and if I had a lump sum of money, I would put everything in it. Say like you put in 10,000, right? So like your 10,000 in, I don't know, in a couple of months, in like 6 months to a year, is going to be between $17,000 and $21,000. What I would do during the time that it's there, I would take your $1,000 out and I would just let the rest in there and ride because you're playing with their money. And we can look back if you're actually listening to me. I know you're never going to do it and you probably shouldn't. Like I wouldn't. I don't have that much money to do that with. And for me, I'm not going to put $1,000 in, but because that's not like rewarding to me. But we'll check back in 6 months to a year, and we'll see if it's at $27 to $36, and then we could look back and be like, hey, we talked about this, and it actually came true. So, Dwayne Kelly says, go G Pro chart. Is that stock or is that crypto? You guys got to tell me if it's stock or not, because I have to switch. Okay, so it is stock. What is this? Yeah, so check it out. So Crying's just another visualization to what I just said. So over here, the stock RSI was extremely oversold. So it does, generally speaking, that does mark some sort of bottom. This stock doesn't have to go back all the way up, right? Even back here, we did come back up to 236382. We went even a little bit higher before we fell off the table. The same concept is true here, right? So what I just showed you with Jack in the Box is exactly where it's at here, and you can see that it did mark a bottom. We did mark a bottom, and we did get a reversal, and we are stuck in resistance right now. So I don't know how high. Nobody knows how high it can go up, but what we do know, generally speaking, and playing it very conservative. I mean, this was a lot. This was 300%. So you are looking between a 300 and a 700% before we get some sort of correction. Either get consolidation or a correction that sends you all the way back down and makes a lower low, like what happened last time, validating this downtrend. So you just have to decide: do you want to be a greedy pig, or do you want to be happy with your 70 to 111% pump with Jack in the Box? But yeah, I mean, if this G Pro, is this GoPro? I don't know what this is, but if this thing goes back all the way to its high, that's around a 50x. So not bad move, Dwayne Kelly. Not a bad move. Let's switch back to crypto. We got to do Neon EVM for the gentleman who asked for it like 30 million years ago. Yeah. Taking a look at Neon EVM on the live stream. So we do not want it on the monthly. We want it on the daily. Okay. So we did get some sort of a recovery. However, just keep in mind, we did get stuck at the 236382. So we do have resistance at 19 to 35 cents, meaning that we can come back to this area, which we did, and get stuck and come back down and still be macro bearish, unfortunately. So as of right now, this area is the area that we need to break. When we do that, then we're obviously invalidating this downtrend that's forming because they're making lower lows and lower highs. So this is very bearish right now. You are waiting to eventually break out of this cycle or out of this downtrend. And once you do, then we can start looking at the targets on the upside. However, as of right now, it is still bearish under 19.5 cents. We don't know at what point it's going to floor or if we've already bottomed and it's just accumulating and consolidating now before the next move up. I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Let's see. Greedy Pig is a good choice. Yeah, but for like Jack in the Box, I mean, yeah, if they bring back dividends, but I think it's an easy 70 to 111% back up. Which again, we're gonna look back and you're gonna see that in 6 to 8 months, it could very well be up there. Free Lightning says, wait, Water Buffalo says, because it's always bearish forever and ever. Yeah, I was waiting for Vision's live stream. Dude, apparently he banned me, even though my membership ran out. And, like it was an accident. It was an accident. He unbanned me though, thank God. Thank God. I love Vision. I hope he never bans me again. But my membership ran out and the fake meow came in. But I don't think like I chat GPT'd. I said can YouTube does YouTube ban names that are the same if you hide a user from your channel? And it said no, they don't do that. So you have to individually do each one. So I don't think that's possible, but I don't know. Oh man, I love Vision Post. Oh, did he upload a yeah, and I looked at the thing and it was unsubscribed, so I actually had to resubscribe to his channel. It was the weirdest thing ever. It was like a bug or a glitch or something. I don't know. No, his last thing was still this.
So you think you know Wix? Do you really?
We already watched this on the last live stream.
Good afternoon.
He did the chalupas.
This is literally what they gave
Yeah,
me.
that's a scam, dude. Honestly, I wish that if I could FaceTime him, I would be like, yo, you got scammed. I'm upset. Like that one time that the dealership tried to scam him, dude, I would be livid. I would be so upset, man. I would be like, no, we're gonna get in your car right now, and we're gonna go and we're gonna fix your car. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I get so mad sometimes, like watching him, because it's just like, it's like, what? I don't know. I shouldn't let it affect me that much, but it's just so frustrating sometimes. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Or what the heck? Sorry for the profanity. Meow, you don't have to chart it, but in your opinion on Dojo on Mars overall as a project right now, if you have one, well, I have it, so it really sucks for me, but I still, if you're asking if I still believe in it, I still have it, so I still believe in it. I do think that it's going to go back up. I think that, like I said last time for Dojo on Mars, actually we'll make a video on this. I gotta read the chat after this, but I will respond to your message. Taking a look at Dojo on Mars on the live stream. So, I mean, nothing's really bullish. I'm just making a video just because obviously I have to make a video. Otherwise, people are going to be like, hey, you only post videos when it's bullish. No, I also post videos when we're about to break the low and absolutely get wrecked. Anyway, so very simple. The areas that you need to look out for if we do break this previous floor. So we're on a floor right now, which is good. But if we break it, if for whatever reason Bitcoin decides to take another dump and Dogelon goes down further and makes a lower low, this is very crucial. The next area of support for Dogelon Mars is going to be between the 707 and 708 mark. So you will be adding a 0 and it will go down around 30%. We're looking at around a 20 to 30% drop for Dogelon Mars. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying just know that that's the next area of support, and that's it. That's pretty much it. That's just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. I will keep you updated as always. I hope we all make it. I'm sure we will. We just have to wait longer. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. There you go, buddy. Thank you so much for your lightning. I had to buy some more MOG just now. It dropped 10, so I couldn't refuse. I didn't know he went live today. He didn't go live today. Have you done Zebic yet? Yes, I have. I actually clipped it too, so I'll be making a video on it after, or like I'll be posting the video on the channel after after I'm done with my live stream. It was so bearish he didn't go live today. Maybe, I don't think so. Maybe he just maybe he got busy or something. I don't know. Maybe we should ask him, hey, why didn't you go live? He's not gonna respond. He's gonna be like, what? Why are you talking to me? Why are you direct messaging me? No, I'm just joking. Yeah, it is kind of sad because I always watch him, but yeah, he didn't go live today. It kind of sucks too because that's one thing that like that's one thing that I told him, but obviously he can do whatever he wants. But it's like I would love to know, especially for people like for me as a viewer, like if he thinks about it in from perspective, which is why on my channel, like, and on my Instagram and everything, I actually type like, hey, I'm going live today at 5 p.m. or hey, live streams are this is my schedule, right? So like me as one of his viewers, because I only watch him and like one other person, like I would want to know like, hey, like, am I going to be waiting around all day? Like, I want to actually watch you, right? I want to watch your live stream, even though I don't type anymore because it's very bearish and there's really nothing to say. I sold my OXT, so like I've been asking him to look at my coin for the last 4 years, and I just ended up selling it, you know. And people make fun of me in his chat for it, so like there's no point in talking about it. So either I'm gonna make it with Dogelon or I'm gonna go to zero, so it doesn't matter. But what was I getting with that? Oh yeah, it would be really nice basically to know when he's going live, or like if he's gonna go live today, because yeah. Anyway. I'm still holding Elon. He left us lambs out in the rain. I know, right? We're like begging for him. Please come back. We need vision. I don't think he realizes how much influence he has on people. He's like, I'm not an influencer. Yeah, you are. Like, what? You get on every single day and you talk about crypto. You talk about making money or hoping to make money in crypto. Like, dude, you're an influencer, man. He abandoned us. Nah, he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. Any market hopium? Yeah, so flip coins, we do have some hopium. So let's make a video on BTC. Taking a look at Bitcoin, BTC on the live stream. So, I mean, we can't act surprised. We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. I don't know how long I've had this chart drawn. Technically, we have support at 100 to 108, which is going to reset the RSI, which is going to reset the stock RSI, and get ready for the next move up, in my opinion. Technically, we still have support at 100 and 108,000. As long as we stay over this area, we don't know how low we're necessarily going to go before we get the next move up. 139 to 148 is still the top, in my opinion, if not higher. However, if we do break below this area, I'd say the top is in and good games. But we don't have to worry about that yet. With the Bitcoin dominance, obviously Bitcoin dominance is going back up because altcoins are getting decimated right now with this Bitcoin drop. We are back over the 236, which is not what we wanted. We wanted Bitcoin dominance below 54%, and over 58% is obviously higher than 54%. So this is not good. We want this to continue to break down, and we want Ethereum dominance to skyrocket. Unfortunately, Ethereum had a big hit today too. That's pretty much it. I do have a little bit of hopium. So Bitcoin on the monthly, we are coming up on September, and obviously everyone always has something to say about September, so we did chart it out, so we can kind of see historically speaking where September is. So we had, September was bearish in 2013, bearish in 14, uh, 14 bearish. I mean, technically it was still bearish, even though it printed green candle. It was obviously still, price action was still bearish. It was still bearish. It printed red, bearish, 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 bearish. See, the thing is that some people might say, oh yeah, it printed a green candle, so that's bullish. But in reality, it's not bullish. The only time that I'd say that it's bullish is if it made a higher high, but it didn't. Both times it was in this downward channel making a lower high. So technically, that's still bearish. So unfortunately, we're coming up on September. So I do think that we are in for a red candle, unfortunately, for September. So that's pretty much it. But obviously, you can see after September, we do get a nice recovery rally. Even though this was green, this was green, this was green. Every single time we had a nice run back in 2020. More consolidation in 2019. So I don't know how low it can go, but that's why it's important to note areas of support, because knowing that you can know that, okay, so like worst case scenario, if I'm dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, or if I'm depending on how I'm managing my portfolio, worst case scenario, I can know that Bitcoin's headed to 100 to 108,000, and it's going to be extremely dragged out and prolonged through September. That's pretty much it. I know that's a lot of information. I hope that all made sense. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Let's see. Oh wow, Dwayne Kelly just tagged me on Jackson. Oh no, dude! What? Oh my God, that is not. I'm not. Hey, I'm gonna lose all my viewers if I show this. I mean, that does also coincide with September being bearish. So I guess technically yes, we're about to go through some sort of major consolidation. So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, some consistency is good instead of us just left in the wonder. But the Shadow Realm has its claw in people, so I get it. Yeah, I was gonna subscribe. I was gonna become a member of his channel again, so that Fake Meow doesn't come back in and try to get me banned. I'm surprised the troll's not in here. You know how he always comes in here and he always says something about how he's on dating apps, and like who comes in here and says that? Like, who comes in here and talks about someone else's live stream? Like, oh, like he owes money to loan sharks, blah blah blah. Like, what? I'm really surprised that person's not here, because he comes in here every single time. I think I finally banned like all of his accounts, so that's why he doesn't come back in here. Moodang to $8. Well, we do have a target at $6, so it does have to get to $6 first before it gets to $8. Don't look at it as selling. You just took your money out and put it somewhere else. Yeah, I just put it in my savings as of June, so it's just been sitting in there. Luckily though, check it out. Luckily, OXT. I mean, not luckily, because I feel bad for anybody that's in it. I obviously don't want anything bad. Like, I don't wish this thing to go bad unfortunately for the 49,000 holders. I was one of them. I obviously want this thing to go up, and I hope that it does go up, and people at least have the opportunity to sell it. But I was over it, man. I was honestly over it. I bought BCH, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Uniswap. I used all my savings to buy them. Now I lost 15%, which is a lot of money. Please help me switch to altcoin that can recover all that money, and I will exit the market. Well, hold on. Don't do anything dumb, okay? Don't be emotional with this. First of all, you have to identify what you did wrong. So you probably bought at the wrong time. You probably bought BCH when it was pumping. You bought Litecoin when it was pumping. You bought Ethereum Classic when it was pumping. All the coins that you just listed right now, they're all solid, and they're all going to go back up. So I personally, if I were you, you didn't buy like meme coins. You didn't buy things on DEX screeners. You actually bought coins that are on exchanges. So just relax. Don't look at it. If you need to delete stuff on your phone and just disattach yourself to it, you were still bullish. Like overall, the market is still bullish. We're just going through some sort of correction. You don't want to necessarily sell the correction and miss out on the opportunity on the next leg up. So if there's anything I could tell you, I just say like wait, relax, and if you want to be completely done with it and not rotate and get chopped up, then yeah, you got to do what's best for you and sell it and put your money back into your savings or whatever you're going to do with it. But I wouldn't necessarily give up. 15% isn't that bad. I've been down 80% before I got all my money back. So again, it just takes a couple weeks for you to make all your money back. Just have a sound mind, relax, stop looking at your phone. It's not just you, everyone's down right now. So just, I hope that makes you feel better. We're all basically losing money right now like during this dip. It's not just you. You're not the only one that's feeling that way. So just don't do anything irrational. LOL, troll is hilarious and ridiculous. I know, man. I see you ban him sometimes. Nvidia earnings call Wednesday. I'm gonna sell out buying on the dip. Yeah, you could. I wouldn't believe Vision would even talk about his dating apps or whatever in Discord. No, he won't. He wouldn't. I don't know him, but I don't think he would. But then again, I don't spend much time there except to offload stuff during his live streams to show people. Yeah, I actually left his live stream too. When like a while ago. And then I just joined back because I saw that I got banned. I saw that I got banned from his channel, so I was like, what the heck? And then he fixed it, luckily. But I don't know. I just I didn't want to stay in there. It's not that it's toxic or anything, but I really don't have anything to say, and it's very depressing. So it's like I don't want to open it up and read stuff, you know. It's like I just want Dojo on Mars to go up. Like, is that like I'm sure he gets that in a weird way. It's like, oh, I just kind of want to be alone. I don't want to like have to like look at like messages and talk to people. But it is what it is. I just want our coins to go up, so I hope they do. But yeah, anyway, OXC, the reason why I was showing you this is because I sold at 550, so I'm pretty happy because I'm not losing money. That's all. Only buy on bad days like this. Yeah, exactly. Like right now, if I could buy, I would. But I'm not buying anything because I don't want to give the market any more money. This channel does not give direct financial advice and what coins to buy. Don't be offended if he doesn't tell you what coins to buy. He can't do that. That is correct. If I were to actually do that, I would just tell you guys, hey, buy Dojo on Mars. I have Dojo on Mars. I have 100 billion. So you guys buy Dojo on Mars, and if I had a lot of people, that's how it works though. You see how like on the bigger perspective, like say I make a coin and I'm what do you call a Yeezy? Why am I blanking on his name? Kanye West. Like say Kanye West, like, you know, he made a coin, he had all the coins, he sold it to like all of his people, like all of his influencers. Just think of this live chat, but on a bigger macro perspective. Dude, like that's so shady. That's so bad. Like imagine just dumping like millions and millions of dollars on your fan base. That's how it works. They took your money and they put it in their pocket while they left you holding the bag. That's what that means. So that's where that term comes from. God's creation wants Aventus. I'll take a look at Aventus for you right now. Give me 1 second. Oh my God, are we going down? Oh yeah, we are going down. Damn. Hold on, let me look at the hourly. I was not looking at this car. Yeah, wow. Aventus. God's rare creation wants Aventus. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, so Aventus, it's still, unfortunately, it's still macro bearish. So, oh wait, I'm looking at this on hourly. That's why I look so weird. So it is still macro bearish under $2.06. Technically, you still have support here at $1.21. I think this is. What did I say this was? So like here. Yeah, so you can see that coincides with the 786 from this low to the high. So that is still valid support. It doesn't necessarily have to come down to $1.21. Okay. So once this selling ends and once we turn bullish again, 201 to 288 are the targets on the upside for Aventus. There's nothing more to look at for Aventus though. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then I could actually respond to your message right now on comments and say, there you go, buddy. I did Aventus. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Never mind. Okay. Let's see. My portfolio is down today, too. Everyone's is. Yeah. Buy shadow token at 10 cents. You will get 80% gain in profit. That doesn't make me feel better that I'm losing money, too. Yeah, but that's the thing. We're all in this together. We're all basically getting absolutely rinsed and washed and repeated. Yeah, man, this is not good. And it's only because we bought altcoins. And that's why next cycle we're only buying Bitcoin. That's why I haven't put the money in, because I'd rather just take that 10K and put it in Bitcoin starting when the bear market starts next cycle. I'd rather at least have that much money as opposed to gambling it all away in something that's for sure. I'd rather take that money and put it in knowing that it's going to go up after the, calculating the 4-year cycle. So it's almost guaranteed that Bitcoin is going to go back up. So, bro, you sound just like him. I just want my coins to go up so I can get out of here. I'm not saying so I can get out of here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get my goal is 100K plaque. Because why can't two people have the same goal, right? I'm sure there are a lot of people that have that goal. So that's one of my goals. I will literally sit here and do videos on the top 100 coins just to get subscribers so I can get the 100K plaque. That's what I'm going to do. We are going to downtrend. It is no. So we're still not macro bearish, okay? I say if Bitcoin breaks below 100,000, then that's when you would start to sweat. But we're still over 100,000, so I don't think we really need to worry about it. Vision had Dojo on Mars a few years ago. I think he was the reason I even got into it. I think that I got into it before it completely dropped to the area that it's at. I have bought a lot while it's been down too. Oh, so you have Dojo on Mars too. That's not bad. That's why ACS had a pump today. It's creator token monetizer or something. It's a creator's token monetizer. Maybe ACS had a pump to prevent it from the dump. Like it had a safe recovery. It had a safe bounce. So basically, it had a bounce so that it could withstand this sell-off. Everything moves down and then goes back up. No feelings. No sell. No loss. That is true. You got this, Foo. I don't know how to say her name, but you got this, Foo. I guess that I shouldn't say. It sounds like you got this, fool. No, you got this, Nguyen. Yeah, you got this Ku Nguyen, Foo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but welcome to the channel. God's Rare Creation says, can you take a look at quants? I remember I made a quant video. I'll never forget this. And someone was like, it's never going down. And it went down. Yeah, so taking a look at quant on the live stream. So it is hanging on for dear life. Over $101 is still macro bullish. So technically, it is holding on to a crucial area right now, which is the 382 from the high to the low. I say as long as it stays over 101, and we turn bullish again and we start going back up, 176 is still the target on the upside. However, if we do break below 101, we do have to look at areas of support, which at that time I would say it would be between $69 and $80. That would be the next major area of support. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Yeah, lesson learned with altcoins, not worth huge risk. Nope, I'm only buying Bitcoin next cycle. Chapter 10 of Think Grow, power of the mastermind, the driving force. This is basically what we have here on this channel. Strength in numbers, community. Let's go. That's why we all need to create a coin, and then all grow, and then we'll have the coins. And then when new people start coming to the channel, we could just, no, I'm just joking. How crazy, but that's what people do. That's crazy. How unethical is that, man? Can you sleep at night? I guess if you don't see it, then yeah, you can sleep at night. Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, never mind. I take that back. I definitely see how people do that, which is fine. Whatever. Actually, you know what? It's not fine, but I can't do anything about it, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. God's Rare Creation 1 for 3 beans. Let's go, dude. Super chats were on point today, man. We got a lot of super chats today. Wow, I think this is coming up on like the best day. I think the most super chats I ever got in one live stream was when I did an 8-hour live stream because I was bored and my wife was at work and I didn't have anything to do. So I did an 8-hour live stream, and I think my chat revenue for the 8 hours was $85. And we are very close to that right now. I'm not saying that because I want you guys to super chat. I'm just saying that, like, I'm saying that because we did, like, I got a lot of super chats, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for everybody that super chatted. Thank you so much. And then that guy who came in, Moon Creation, or whatever his name was, Moon Creation, right? It was Moon something. He came in and gave me like $40, so that's really awesome. So thank you so much for all the super chats. God's Rare Creation says Quant. I did Quant. You want Teller? Let's take a look at Teller. TRB. Do you remember that giant wick for Teller? It went up to like $600, dude. Yeah, this right here. Oh my gosh. I hope you bought it here and sold there, man. Yeah. So for Teller. Are you? Yeah, it's not bullish anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, so for Taylor, bearish under $35, which unfortunately we're bearish again. Bullish over $52. Unfortunately for Taylor, you're validating this downtrend. You're making lower highs and lower lows. And you're in this channel. So as far as support goes right now, the next area of support for Taylor, you're actually on the 618 at $31. If $31 doesn't hold, $25 is the next area of support for Teller. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Above 100K, I think if we lose 108K, we are cooked for sure. No. I think if we lose 100K, we're cooked. We have support at 100K. We have support at 100 to 108,000. So we have support at 100,000, and we have support at 108,000. And thank you so much for the $3, God's Rare Creation. I hope that all made sense. Let's hope this is the final dip before the rip. I think so. I think that we're really going to know because it's a healthy correction. It is resetting all the indicators. So if we reset all the indicators, if the stock RSI and the RSI goes extremely oversold and max bearish, obviously there's only up from there, right? What we don't want to see is making a lower high and then starting the downtrend, because if that happens, then I'm going to look at you guys and I'm going to be like, hey, bear market started. I'm sorry, just my opinion. But that hasn't happened yet. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit around. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. And if that happens, then I'm just going to say we're bearish. And if we go up, then good for you guys, because I'm out. I'm not going to wait through another bear market. I'm going to take all my money out. and we're gonna buy Bitcoin together next cycle on Robinhood, and that's gonna be very simple. M Park says do Toshi. We just did Toshi, so I will be posting the video after the live stream. If it's not, we don't. Wait, if it's not, we don't recover. The only rip we get is RIP. Yeah, I know, right? If it does and it doesn't rip, the only rip we get is the RIP. That is true. Call me Richard. All right, Richard. Richard Park. Dwayne Kelly says Tau Bittenzer. Let's take a look at Tau for you, sir. How is that doing? I think it's doing pretty good. This looks bullish. Like, out of all the coins, I hope you can see the coins that are doing extremely well. Like, you see how this coin is all the way up here, and we're bearish? And then you kind of compare it with coins like Beam and FitFi, where it's a little bit more of a gamble. So yeah, this looks pretty good right now. The targets on the upside are still 561 to 788. And then I'd say, I mean, you're still way over support on the macro time frame. We said support is at 236,382, which is right, like you every single time you came down here, you actually got bought back up. So on the macro time frame, 225 is still support, and then on the shorter time frame, you still have support at the 382 at, which is basically what you're sitting on right now. So if that doesn't hold, 205 to 248 is support, which still coincides with the macro 382 anyway. So Bitcoin target on the upside are still valid at 561 to 788. And then obviously once that does break, then $2,000 is in play. I agree. I'm only buying Bitcoin next cycle. We could all buy it together on the live stream. I'm not even joking. We could all buy it on the like I'm literally going to tell you guys like, hey, this is when I'm buying Bitcoin. This is when I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm put $1,000 in Bitcoin right now. $1,000 in Bitcoin right now. Alice says, "Damn, we're going down." But you said we're always going down. How could you do this to us? Wait, are we actually going down though? Or are you just like? I feel like you said it in a way that like is not like trolling like you always say. Yeah, we are going down. Yeah, man, this isn't good. This sucks. It's okay, though. We'll be fine. All we have to do is wait another 4 years to get our money back. It's like a loan, but you're loaning your money to them. Going to 80K. I think if that happens, then the bear market started, and there's like we're done. Like we're done. What I'm saying is that 100K support for many is a mere shot away from 98K level. A lot of people think invalidates the remainder of the bull run. It breaks so many levels on other indicators. You are correct. That is true. Yeah. Honestly, but like the way that I'm managing my portfolio and the way that I'm doing it is that I'm managing my portfolio where if I see this, I'm going to wait before this happens. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to come down, we're going to capitulate, and then we're going to start going back up, and we're going to use this area of as resistance before basically this thing falls off the table. This is the time that I'm going to sell because I wouldn't know that this move is coming. So by the time I know, it's going to be too late. But at least I know that we do get some sort of reversal, which by then people are going to be like, oh, it's bullish, we're going to go back up to the moon, which that is valid, it is possible, but I don't think so. I'm playing it as if we're making a lower high, we're getting stuck at resistance, and we're never going to go back up, and we're going to capitulate. I hope that made sense, and I literally Mickey Moused it, so very simple. And it makes sense, right? Dwayne Kelly for another 2 beans. Thank you so much for the $2. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. Let's go. That's $7, right? Thank you so much for the $7. That is a lot of money, man. Thank you so much for that. Richard wants Bitcoin and Litecoin. And Dwayne Kelly, let me know if there's anything else you want me to look at for you. I looked at Tau, so let me know if there's another coin that you would like me to look at for you. Taking a look at Bitcoin Cash on the live stream. So Bitcoin Cash has a lot of a lot of room right now. We set that as long as it stays over 300 to 435. So we're long ways away from being bearish and from breaking support. We have support down here. And as long as it stays over this box, then targets on the upside are all still valid, which in this case is $891 and then $1,600. Which is just breaking the 786 and then getting to the previous high, and then from there to the moon. But that's pretty much it for Bitcoin Cash. None of this is financial advice, it's just my opinion. I will keep you updated, and thank you. And then you said Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin's still doing pretty good. Taking a look at Litecoin on the live stream, Litecoin is still macro bullish even with this pullback. Over $99 is macro bullish. Target on the upside is $172. On the downside, if we do break below $99, you are still technically validating an uptrend, and you're not bearish unless we break below $72. So Litecoin has a lot of room and a lot of room to go down before we're actually bearish. So far so good for Litecoin. I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Thank you so much for the 2 beans, Swing Kelly. Stay down until I finish loading up on ETH. Exactly, makes perfect sense. I bought BCH at 616 and Litecoin at 119. Yeah, you bought the top. You bought kind of like the top. You really want to buy when the RSI is oversold. So Richard, you stay in this channel and you tell me the coins that you want me to look at, and you super chat and become a member and give me all your money. I'm just joking, you don't have to do that. But you come in here and you're like, hey, I want to look at Bitcoin. I want to look at Bitcoin Cash or Litecoin. We will literally show you all the indicators, and then you can make a better educated guess. Because look, you bought Litecoin at $119 when the RSI was extremely overbought. Generally speaking, you really want to buy a coin when the RSI is extremely oversold, marking some sort of bottom. So I know this happens rarely, but that's why you shouldn't be impatient. You should just wait for a correction and wait for the market to go down before you buy. Because had you bought any of these times where the market was extremely oversold, you would have actually ended up having the ability to make a good, decent profit if you weren't greedy, if you weren't trying to wait for it to go to all-time highs. So right now, keep in mind, we are getting a sell-off. We're still over the 382, and if we do come down to oversold, that's when I'm gonna be like, Richard, if you were to buy, it would be now because the RSI is extremely oversold. So we're really keeping it Mickey Mouse, okay? So this is very, very, very simple, okay? Like that goes for all your guys' coins. Like we look at the indicators, and you should, like, if you like a coin, and if it's not Dudu Dada coin, Dudu Dada Inu, and if it's like Litecoin and stuff, there's really opportunity. We just either we want more or we're not happy with 50% gains, which I understand. So you could make money. Like you could have made money here. You could have made money here. You could have made money here. So like you're just like, you know, we're just not buying, or we're just not selling, or we're not buying at the right times. And generally speaking, if you're new, you're not gonna know when to buy, and that's why Crypto Meow Analysis is here to help hold your hand through this. What's going on with this market? It's always bearish. You already know the answer. Dwayne Kelly says SUI on Robinhood. Well, let's look at SUI. Yeah, SUI is looking pretty solid right now. So taking a look at SUI on the live stream. So nothing has changed actually with SUI. SUI is still in an upward channel right now. $5.35 is still in play. And then you can see that this higher high and the channel coincides perfectly with $10 as far as the next target on the upside. Once you do double top and break out of this previous high and go into price discovery mode. So for support, I'd say SUI's support is at $313. Sorry, $3.13. And anything under that, you're probably going to get a bigger capitulation back down to 252 to 215. But as of right now, we don't need to worry about that because it's over the 382. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Welcome to the live stream. You said dog with hat and bong. I heard if we go below 110K, will be no alt season. That's not true. I don't believe that, Vince. I don't know who said that. I've seen it related to 108.5. I don't believe that either. Bro, LTC and BACH is poop, convert to whiff. Okay, someone's trying to tell you what to do. I would do whatever you want to do. Don't let the chat influence what you decide. I remember I used to hold OXC and everybody told me to sell and I didn't, and I ultimately paid the price. So honestly, do whatever you want, but just know that sometimes people are right and sometimes they're wrong, so you just gotta hold on to your beliefs. I'm watching this level closely because I would hate to lose it if it drops straight down to 100K. Alts would be decimated. This is true. What's up, Surge? How are you? Welcome to the end of the live stream. Great explanation. Thank you. Opinions on Shiba Inu. Can we please see Tars AI? We buy any watches. Welcome to the end of the live stream. Did you type earlier? I think you did, but I think you got overshadowed by all the super chats. Yeah, Tars AI is still, it's just in two key critical areas, right? I'd say bearish under, is that the 23638 too for Tars? Yeah, it is. So Tars isn't doing anything actually. So based on our last video with Tars AI, it's just consolidating and accumulating in resistance. So bearish under 4 cents 60, bullish over 7 cents 40. So it's really not doing anything right now. Unfortunately, I don't have anything else to tell you. Vera says bonk. I think you said bonk. I need to make a video on bonk actually. Taking a look at bonk on the live stream. So I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, we need to redraw this because we did not hold support at. Yeah, we didn't hold support at 4026 to 4024. The next area of support, which we said making a lower high and validating this downtrend, is around 4018. So technically, actually, we don't need to redraw it. What we really need to do is get out of this downtrend that's forming, because again, what we drew last time is even if we do get a sell-off and hold this area of support, you could still come up, make a lower high, and still validate this downtrend. So you do need to get a breakout over this box at this point, which was support flipped resistance at this point. But as of right now, 4018 is support, 4015 is support. Price to beat is 4024 to 26. That's pretty much it. I will have to redraw this chart when it does break below 4018, and if it does. Yeah, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. And with that being said, I think we will call it. We've been live for about an hour and 20 minutes now, so it's a little bit more than you know, our usual. But we are still getting coin requests in, so I hate to leave you guys on red. So let's take a look at CTX, Uniswap, and Ethereum Classic, and then we will call it, because I appreciate you guys. Taking a look at Cryptex Finance, CTX on the live stream. So unfortunately, nothing has changed from our last update video. It is still bearish under $2.02, bullish over $3.71. Keeping it very simple, as long as price action is under 202, it is extremely bearish. What you really want to see is price action get over this box. Once that does happen, we can start looking at the moon targets on the upside, which is 952.18 and then previous high. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Whoa, what's happening over at NextC? What does that mean? What do you mean what's happening with NextC? What's up, Smash Toshi Smakamoto? What's happening over at NextC? NextC Exchange. There's nothing happening with Nexi. Oh. Oh no. Wait, what is happening? Crypto futures are blah blah blah. Oh wow. Wait, are they going under? Did they freeze everybody's assets? Dude, that's crazy. Taking a look at Uniswap on the live stream. So far so good with Uniswap. Nothing has changed from our last update video. Bullish over $9. So even with the sell-off, if we manage to stay over $9, it is still macro bullish. $16 is in play. You got stuck at it the last 2 times, so third time's hopefully it's charm. Once we do get a breakout over this previous area of resistance, I would put Uniswap at $26. And then from there, we'll take a look at the areas of support and resistance. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. And then with that being said, I think we're going to call it now. So thank you so much for all the super chats. I think like that was amazing. So I really appreciate all the super chats today. I think this is one of like, it was very close to one of my highest days. So thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you so much for all the members, all the subscribers. I really appreciate it. Have a great night. I will be going live again on Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time after work, obviously. So feel free to tune in at that point. I will be posting update videos after the live stream. I will have to edit it and post them. Matthew Dropcall, I will make a MOG video for you because I completely forgot. So let's take a look at MOG. Oh, we're still holding support. Taking a look at MOG on the live stream. So technically MOG did come down to the bottom of this channel. Oh, wait, actually. Oh, not yet. Yeah, we have support at 6.89. It's at 93. So technically MOG is still in support. This isn't a bad thing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to break down too. As long as the selling's done and we get some sort of recovery rally and we break out of this box, because we don't want to get stuck at support that's now flipped resistance, making a lower high and validating a channel. As long as we break out of this box, then 5.022 is still in play. If we do break below 6.089 at that point, I do need to redraw this entire chart and look at the next major areas of support for MOG. But so far, so good. With that being said, I will keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Okay, there we go. So yeah, hey, just keep in mind, Matthew Dropco, you're coming up on oversold. The last time you were oversold was down here. So you're literally making a higher low. So this is very bullish. In a bear market, when this happens, you typically make lower lows, okay? So very, very, very bullish. I know you've been around to see that long enough. So anyways, have a great night. Thank you so much for everybody that came by. This is actually a goodbye now. And I will catch you guys in Thursday's live stream. Just remember, none of this was financial advice. It is all just my opinion. Nothing more. Have a great night, and I'll catch you guys